I'm going to say something that might cause a little bit of discomfort, but go with me, sit with it for just a second. Weight loss surgery does not fix how you see yourself. And if you are a few months or even longer out than that post-op, I think you will understand what I mean. Because in this post-op process, you've lost the weight. You've done the work, you take your vitamins, but you still don't fully see yourself as her, as this new version of you. If that's you, if you're sitting, watching this and raising your hand to say, yeah, that's me, Chels, hey, then I think this video is going to change the way you view your post-op journey, because today we are talking about the hush-hush topic of body dysmorphia post-op, and really how to start feeling at home in your own body again. Hi, I'm Chelsea, bariatric coach and your Bari big sister, and I talk here on this channel about what life really looks like after weight loss surgery, the good and the bad. And yeah, for a while, I was very focused on the weight loss, right, in that first year to 2 years. But really, we are now learning that the mindset piece, the emotional regulation, the nervous system regulation, all of those are required for sustainable long-term success. So we talk about it all. Before we even jump into the fun of this video, two things. One, if you are a mama who celebrates, or you are celebrating a mama, happy Mother's Day. I know this can be an incredibly sensitive time for a lot of people. If you are someone who's experienced loss, I'm sending you love and joy and peace today. And if you are someone who's celebrating, I hope that you are taking care of yourself. Number two, this background, maybe no more. After this video, this office has been in the process of brain thought work renovation for months, and now it is time that I start executing on said vision. And don't worry, I am going to vlog the process so you can see the chaos of what putting a small room with multiple has two uses to a DIY renovation. Don't worry, we are still whispering into the Disney branding, but it won't be this loud. All right, let's go. Let's talk about the truth that no one prepares you for. Your body is going to change faster, way faster than your brain can catch up with. And when that happens, it can create this very disorienting experience when you look in the mirror and you see yourself, but you don't recognize yourself in the body you're in, so you see your old body. I know that when you've gone shopping, you grab clothes in your old size. And if you're not grabbing clothes in your old size, you are certainly grabbing clothes that are too large for you, because you hold them up and think, that won't ever fit me, because you are so deeply unaware of what your body looks like now. And my guess is that during this phase of dysmorphic haze, you're still avoiding photos, right? You're still not the one jumping into the picture, because you have those old notions of what your body looked like and how uncomfortable you were being the subject of pictures. This, my love, is body dysmorphia. And in the bariatric community, this is so wildly common. It would actually be more uncommon if you didn't experience body dysmorphia, but it's not talked about a lot in depth. It's kind of alluded to like, haha, I'm experiencing body dysmorphia, and then moved on from. I've lived this too. There were moments after my surgery, moments that I had dreamt about, milestones that I was so wildly excited and proud to reach, but I still felt uncomfortable. And then I found that I was even critical of myself, but in new ways, because I was losing the weight that I said, I can never get this off. I can't do this on my own. I'll always be this fat. I was losing the pounds, but then I needed to fill that void with something else to criticize. So let's break this down, because I think understanding this unlocks a lot of other pieces. So I'm going to teach you some things. There are 3 main reasons why this happens post-op. Number 1, simply put, your identity hasn't caught up yet. However, that doesn't happen on its own. You have to do the work to align your new identity with your new habits, your new systems, your new regulation with your body. For years, nay, decades or longer, you have seen yourself one way. And unfortunately, that doesn't disappear just because the scale changes. Number two, you were taught or you believed, and it became ingrained in you, that confidence is only something that comes after weight loss. So you have waited. You're still waiting. You have waited your entire life to feel confident and assumed that once the scale said a certain number, once the jean size said a specific number, that confidence would just flood your body like you were Cinderella twirling in your magical dress with all of the glittery goodness bits falling down, and you would glow and say, "Oh, I'm confident now." Regretfully, that's not what happens. We have to practice being confident until we believe it. I don't love the phrase fake it till you make it. I believe you have to practice it until it's permanent. Should put that on an ever after pouch. Number three, my all or nothing girls. You keep shifting the goalpost. It's not, oh, I met my goal. Yay for me. Let's celebrate. I deserve it, right? Cue that montage from the Barbie movie. It's, ooh, could I stand to lose 5 more pounds? Oh, my skin's so loose. I will celebrate my body when it's tighter and leaner. Ooh, is that excess? You start changing your metrics of success. The finish line is never the finish line, because even when you finish the race, you extend it. Good Lord, how exhausting. So if these three are the problem, then how do we fix it? I want you to hear this so clearly. If you are multitasking, please come back to me right now, just for the next 15 seconds. Your glow up is not about losing an additional single pound. Not a pound, not an ounce. It's about seeing yourself differently. You don't need a smaller body to start showing up in your life. You just need a new relationship with the one you currently have. Let's talk about practical shifts that you can make in order to learn to see yourself differently, okay? Shift number one is you are going to start collecting evidence, start collecting proof. We tend to look for what's wrong, what's not working. We're going to absolutely flip this, and you are going to start looking for every single win. What is working? What's going well, no matter how small? And for my gold star girls, you're going to keep track of this somewhere. You could consider this a non-scale victories list, a gratitude list, somewhere you are going to see or have access to every single day. Is it your notes app? Is it a diary? Is it a journal or a planner? You are going to look for what's working. That could be done in photos. You could have an album in your phone. It could be a list. It could be health related. Are you off medications? Do you have more energy? Do you experience less pain? When's the last time you were complimented? Did you try something on and it fit you, like in a boutique? I did an entire video last week all about a local boutique where my sister and I went in and we were able to just pull things off the rack. That never happened before surgery. The work you're doing here is collecting receipts. You are essentially proving to your mean girl inner critic, who talks a lot, she's a yapper, she's loud, and she's mean, that you have the proof to combat whatever she's going to tell you. Shift number two, we're going to stop body checking. Maybe we're going to spend less time in front of the mirror and start experiencing. Your body is not meant to just be stared at and criticized in the mirror. You have a life to live. In fact, I know you know this, you have a single life to live, and that was probably a factor in your weight loss surgery because you want that single life to be as long as possible. So why are you delaying joyful experiences? And I know you're going to have an excuse. It's not the right time, finances, etc. Fine. What small intentional things can you experience and bring into your life that are low cost and free? At the time that you are watching this, it is spring, nay, summer. If you were in the South, are there vineyards? Are there tulip farms? Are there walks? Is there a new location that you've been meaning to try out for the vibes? I'm doing a whole series on that on my TikTok on Cape Cod. It's been so fun to film. Find an experience, do the experience, talk about your non-scale victories in whatever note that you're taking for yourself. Live your freaking life. Number 3, you are going to, sorry, I'm getting more intense as this video goes on. You're going to dress the body you have now. You are going to stop procrastinating purchasing clothes for the size you're in now, today, not 10 pounds ago, not 10 pounds from now. Now, this one is big. You need to stop waiting to deserve the wardrobe that you want. Now, I know in that first year to 2 years, this is tough. Really for you, because I know you have bins in your basement, in your attic, in your garage, in your storage space, where you are keeping clothes from a smaller body size from previous diets. You are likely also keeping your fat clothes. Those have to go. Why are you waiting to fail? Get those out of here. Donate them to somebody else who will be that size. They'll be very grateful to have your cute things. They need to leave. Your body right now, she gets the cute outfit. Sorry, my love. I did have to change my camera because I'm an irresponsible YouTuber and did not charge my battery. So we are on camera number 2. So probably some things have changed on the screen for you. If not, pretend I didn't say anything, okay? Back to the cute outfits. So I like to rent my clothes. This is not rented. This is mine. J. Crew Factory is one of my very favorite stores. I link almost everything I get from there in my Shop My, which I'll put in the description box because I think their clothes hold up really well and they're quite high in quality, but not in expense. Anyway, I love to rent my clothes, and I think this is an amazing solution if you are in that in-between body phase. So I use Nuuly, which is a company associated with Anthropologie. I'm not sure who owns whom. I think Anthropologie might own Nuuly, and I get 6 pieces a month for, I think it's around $100. I get to keep those 6 pieces and then return them, rent new things, or I can buy any of those pieces at a discounted rate. I don't usually buy them because I think if I love them, I'll just re-rent them. Anyway, this is not an ad, it's not sponsored, but I get asked about my clothing rental quite a bit on social media, so I thought I'd share it with you here as a potential option for you being able to wear cute things now while especially you find your new style, because my guess is that your style is shifting and it's much more based on choice than it is on I can only fit into XYZ. So I think I have a discount as a regular customer with Nuuly. If so, I will leave that in the description box. And if you are someone who is clearing out their fat clothes, will you please tell me that in the comments? I did keep a pair of jeans, a dress, and a skirt, and I have had some things altered from when they fit me in like size 20s, 24s, down to my size now. But otherwise, I got rid of everything. I purged and it felt amazing. Shift number 4, and we talk about this a lot, is building trust through small, manageable, practical habits that can be repeated. So this is where things shift because the confidence doesn't actually come from the scale. It comes from you reproducing habits every day and building trust and pride within the life that you're living as this new version, as her. You are actively keeping promises to yourself, and that will change your life. I have something new to share with you, and this is the first time I'm talking about it. In my membership community, my Glow Getter girls, we have since March been talking about a spring reset. And so every month when we meet, we've been talking about what's working, what's not working. And then I built out a challenge for them on our community platform. And it's been going so well for the women who are participating that I thought I would open it up, not inside the membership, but specifically for my other audience. So we are going to host for the first time ever a spring summer reset challenge. I get many comments in my DMs here on YouTube where I love engaging with you in the comments, and even in my email about women who are looking to get back on track after a season in their lives post-op. And getting back on track is such a vague description. What they often mean is, I need to try a new diet, but that's not our life anymore. What they actually need is a reset in how they think, in how they show up, and how they support themselves regularly, daily. This challenge is not about a diet. It is not about being stricter. This is about coming back to basics in a way that feels comfortable and sustainable and supportive, because you will be in community with women who get it. So go with me here as we think about your best future self. I want you to imagine going into this summer feeling confident, feeling calm, having a mind that is filled with your thoughts that you choose, not thoughts of macros, sugar count, diet restrictions, or the chaos that comes with the thoughts about fixing your body. This summer, you're present in your own life. You're wearing the outfit. You are seeking and feeling joy and fulfillment. You get to take the picture and say yes to all the fun plans. If you're ready for that, I would love to have you inside this reset challenge. I'll link everything below so that you can join us. And if this video resonated with you, please make sure that you're subscribed. It is the #1 best way for you to support this channel, and it is totally free. And I hope it resonates with you that our community is not just about losing the weight after surgery. It's about building the life that you want to have, that you dream about after surgery. I love you so, so much. Say goodbye to this background. Hello to the new you for summer. I love you. I'll see you inside the challenge, and I'll be here same time, same place next week. Goodbye, my beautiful summer goddess.